It is time to talk about the best shows for you to binge this weekend. We've got a wide range of shows to talk about today. A political docu-series, a sci-fi remake, and one featuring tasty treats that will have your mouth watering. Enter TV Guide editor-in-chief and resident streaming expert, Mickey O'Connor.
How are you
Thanks. Good seeing you.
You too.
So let's start with The Circus. The Circus is back.
Yeah. So this is this great show that Showtime has come up with, and you know they started it as something where they were following around the presidential campaigns, and you know, so they've had 2 seasons of that, and they've had some really interesting interviews with you know, Donald Trump Jr. gave like a really sort of revealing interview at one point. And so now this 3rd season, they're changing the focus a little bit to focus on the midterm elections, which obviously is the new big political story. And they're changing up the panel a little bit. They used to have 3 commentators. They're adding Alex Wagner from our own CBS News, who will be joining the crew and talking all about, you know, what this midterm election means for the future of politics and you know, checks and balances in our country.
Yeah, The Circus is one of those shows, if you think that you're sort of sick and tired of politics because every time you turn on the TV there's something like that happening, The Circus gives you a little bit of a different point of view, but also I think brings humanness to the people involved.
I always say that it's like news plus time, because it's like they have time to sort of create narratives around, like, you know, to give some perspective on things. You know, it's like, obviously we live in a world where news is constant, and this is like something where, you know, they take a step back and they say, like, you know, these are the things that happened over the past week, and so yeah, it's pretty great. And you're right, I think there is a real human focus. You know, they're talking to people who are working on the campaigns, who are working in the government, and, you know, getting their perspective on things.
Yeah, totally. Next up, we got a sci-fi reboot. We're gonna play this and see if you can guess what 1960s hit show is being rebooted.
For impact.
We're lost. No kidding. This is Will Robinson of the 24th Colonist Group. I'm the first human to discover evidence of an alien intelligence.
Okay, so obviously you can read at the bottom. It says "Lost in Space,"
right?
And so it's a reboot. Is that the robot?
Yeah. So I was just gonna say, like, if you remember the original, like, Danger Will Robinson, all of that, like, he looked like a French press coffee machine. I mean, he was just like,
those arms.
He was super primitive, but like, yeah. So this is the new robot, and you know. The one thing I'll say about this is that, you know, we as Americans have nostalgia for, like, old kind of, for lack of a better word, sort of junky sci-fi.
Totally.
You know, like, we loved Doctor Who, we loved the original Star Trek, you know, we love this. And when we remake it, we really, like, soup it up, you know? And so it's like, that's what we're seeing here, is that, like, this Lost in Space version, like, the production values are so high. And, you know, it's telling basically the same story, but, you know, obviously there's a little more budget to it. So, yeah.
Clearly, it
so
looks
it's
like
pretty cool. It's very cool.
All the sci-fi bells and whistles.
Yeah, exactly. And, like, oddly, like, Dr. Smith, I don't know if you remember the cantankerous Dr. Smith in the original show. Yeah. He's played in this version by Parker Posey.
Oh.
So this is definitely, like, a very modern version of this.
It doesn't look as whimsical, though. I mean, it kind of seems a little scary.
It seems, yeah, it's definitely more serious. Like, I think the original show is a little goofy. It had a little bit of a sense of humor. This is definitely more serious, more life and death.
Okay, so we're going to finish things off with dessert. Chef's Table. Got another season. It's about pastry chefs.
Yeah, this one's just about pastry.
All right, let's take a look.
They were pretty clear this was a bad career choice.
You're going for a cookie, being like, I know maybe this cookie isn't going to round out my diet, but it's what's going to bring me joy.
Sicily is an island with a sweet tooth. Corrado has pastry in his genes. Sicily is an island with
I got to tell you something. So whenever I'm like trying to diet, I binge watch shows like this because it makes me feel like I've actually indulged. Without having to do it. This looks great.
Yeah. So you saw Christina Tosi, who's like the pastry chef from Milk Bar here in New York City. So she's one of 4 pastry chefs that are focused this season. They're from Bali, they're from Sicily, they're from Spain, and they're from New York City. So there's all these different traditions. You know, I just happen to really love Christina Tosi because I feel like the way that she talks about food is like, it's just so psychological and so like, you know,
she
emotional.
Speaks to your soul, does she?
There's a great scene where she goes to a county fair and she goes up to the stand that has like all the deep fried treats and she orders like 15 of them because she wants to try every single one of them. And it's like a woman after my own heart. It's like,
I love it. So it looks good. So a little bit of everything, including ending with dessert.
Yeah.
Mickey O'Connor, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.